Antonio, if you're speaking, you're muted.
Hello.
All right.
Hello, good evening, Ms. Faith. How
Good
are you doing
evening,
today?
everyone.
Yeah,
Sorry for
thank you for.
joining a bit late, like 6 minutes late. I was trying to sort out my internet.
All right, that's fine. You're welcome. Thank you for joining this session. Thank you.
Sorry, I don't know if it's coming from my side. I can't really hear you.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us on today's Markhack pre-conversation. It's exciting to be here again from the stable of Eco Innovation Center, where we're bringing to you this event. And as always, I have with me the wonderful Mr. Oluwatosin Olokobi on call with me, and we're joined by two amazing guests today, Mr. Olubumi and Faith, who is joining us to discuss today's topic. You know, this is the fourth in its series. We had the pilot 4 weeks ago, and the theme for this year is Beyond Limits: Unleashing Creativity with Emerging Tech, and it's been an amazing journey thus far. We had Nathan and Henry speak to us about the use of AI in marketing. Then we also had where we talked about cryptocurrency, blockchain being more than cryptocurrency, and we're graced by David Zoe and of course Emmanuel and the beautiful Tolu. And we had an amazing session last week also where we spoke about emerging technology, and we had the amazing we had Pipe on call, if you remember, right? So we had Pipe on call, Mr. Brian, right? Yes, and it was Yabosa also on call. It was really amazing. And today is not going to be anything short. Today is going to be as insightful and exciting as always. So, you know how we do it here, wherever you're streaming from. If you could just reach out to your contacts and tell them we're live, they can join in, and they are in for a very eye-opening session today. Today, we're going to be talking about the evolving role of technology in marketing and media. And that's my notes. I'm handing the mic over to Mr. Tosin, who will take us to the next level from here. Mr. Tosin, so nice to see you again, sir.
All right, thank you, Antonia, for that beautiful introduction. It's so nice hearing from you this evening. So for everyone viewing this session across the globe, we want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. It's so nice to be on this call today again. This is the fourth episode of this pre-conversation towards the Markhack 3.0. And I can actually assure you that today is going to be a very, very wonderful session again. Thank you, Rumi, for joining this call. It's so great to have you. We are super, super excited to have you on the call. And to Faith, thank you so much for actually making yourself available for this conversation today. So we are just going to be looking at the topic. We are going to be looking at the topic, the evolving role of technology in the marketing and media. So the marketing and media, the space is actually changing. A lot of things are happening, and there is a shift because if you look at the global space now, we are really in the digital era. A lot of people have, we have left the era. I remember there was a time in the media space and people want to do their marketing promotion and all. You go to a place and you see people pasting poster, doing a lot of things, But now we are in a different era. A lot of things are changing. AI has come to play its own role. We have seen a place of data doing the major stuff. We have seen the place of people actually doing targeted marketing and all. And so today we are also going to be diving into more robust conversation. And from what we have here, it is evident and everywhere that if we look at it, from one of the reports that we had from the Statista, yeah, we are made to know that the global advertising spending is projected to reach an impressive 1,084 billion, 1,084 billion by 2024. That's in US dollars. And this means that a lot of things are happening, a lot of tools, a lot of technology are playing, things keeps evolving, and we can't just wait. We can actually put our hands on our cheeks and look what it's been done. We actually have to be the conversation and see what we can do better. And so today on this topic, I'm going to be giving the floor to Faith and Olubumi. And I'm so super excited today because it's a gender balance session. We have a male and a female as a panelist. So Antonia, you wouldn't feel somehow today because the last session we have all males. So today there is a female on the call. So I'm trying to balance the SDG Go 5, and I'm super excited about it. So Olubumi, just in 1 minute, I want you to share your view of what the evolving role of technology is in the marketing and media before I actually give the board to Faith to actually share our own view. Then we're now going to the panel discussion properly. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Oluwatosin. Hello, everyone. My name is Olubumi. I prefer to be called Olubumi, not Mr. Olubumi. It's weird to hear that. But yeah, I'm glad to be here to be sharing the stage for this session with amazing people. And maybe I'll just go straight into it. I'm basically, maybe I'll say I'm qualified to speak about this because till about a month ago, I was in marketing for the largest blockchain and crypto company in the world by volume. And I did that for 2 years. And before that, I've been in the blockchain space, not so much of marketing. Before then, more on the technical side. And right now I'm doing cloud consulting, also for I deal with organizations within the Web3 space, that's blockchain. And yeah, still sales and marketing. So I guess that's why I may just be maybe qualified to speak about this. And speaking about the evolving role of tech in marketing and media, I think that we still, marketing is still marketing. Despite the fact that we're bringing in technology, technology is just meant to enhance whatever it is that we have on ground. So I still believe so much in traditional marketing. Whether you're a tech company or a non-tech company, you still have to do actual marketing. And you probably just have to leverage on artificial intelligence and the power of blockchain technology, like we've mentioned. So yeah, I mean, I agree that there's been a positive evolution. And yeah, I mean, we're going to go more in depth to that, and probably see how individuals or organizations that are listening in can tap into it. Because what's the need of speaking all this grammar without expressing how people can actually utilize it and leverage on it? So once again, glad to be here to speak. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Olubumi. It's so nice to hear that brief introduction. And so I'll be giving the ball to Faith to actually say 1 or 2 before we go into the panel session. Thank you. Faith, are you there? Can you hear me? Faith, are you there? Okay. So Antonia.
Oh, sorry. Hello. Sorry. I think I'm just having some technical issues here. So I actually wasn't hearing you guys for a bit of the time, but thank God I'm back here. So I'm Faith Titus Okafomba, and it's actually my pleasure to be here, virtually meeting all our listeners wherever you are. So I would say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And it's my pleasure to, contribute to the topic of today, which is, evolving role of technology in marketing and media. And being the person that has been in the blockchain space since 2016. I have actually seen marketing transformed from, different perspective. Days are gone where you want to actually reach out to your consumers, or you want to reach out to people that actually you want them to leverage whatever, business you're doing, or be it maybe a solution you're providing, where you have to go to traditional media houses and you be there, talking to people that you don't even know, and you are actually at their mercies of, whether they have to tune in to, a particular radio station that you may be speaking from, or maybe a television station where you are actually speaking from. So, and as then you have to put a lot of effort. But what we have today, being in the space, trying to do advocacy for techs, even fintech, particularly blockchain, and with the emerging technology, giving AI and the rest of them, I have actually come to see that these days, reaching out to our targeted audience is actually very, very simple and seamless. And say, for example, in 2017, where I actually had set up a blockchain institute where I educate people on the importance of the technology and how to leverage them, especially to make ends meet, and take ourselves out of poverty, coming from this part of the country. Then you could go to the traditional media houses and you can't even mention the word blockchain. You can't mention the word cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, because they believe that, cryptocurrency blockchain is actually a tool for scams, activities, and all of that. You could barely mention those this kind of technology there. But with the decentralization of different platforms now, speaking from Facebook, now we're talking about, with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even Amazon, different platforms, that provide marketing services. Now you can actually leverage AI. You can leverage decentralized AI platforms to be able to reach out to your targeted audience. So you can see that marketing has actually improved. And with the way we are going now, focusing on Web3, I see marketing to really, be very, very seamless for people, and even people who are sharing their data in the ecosystem. I see them also to have control of their data. So I think I would just say this for now. Then as we go on, I will throw more light in the topic of the day. So thank you very much for having me here.
All right, thank you so much, Faith, for that wonderful brief. It's so nice hearing your view and what you have to say around developing technology in the digital, in this digital era in the marketing and media space. And so we'll just be going to the panel session so that we'll allow time for some of our audience who are actually viewing us probably on our YouTube channel or that channel to actually ask a question. So I'll just give the floor to Antonia so that we can actually go straight into the session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tosin. And it's so amazing to start off on that note, hearing our panelists speak on decentralization of information, and then also talking about how AI, right? Technology is an enabler, so it's not like it's going to do your work for you. You still got to do your work, but it just makes work easier and more effective for us. So, like like Tosin said, we're just going to jump to the panel section, and I'm going to be channeling my first question to Olubumi, like he likes to be called. Given your expertise in blockchain technology, how do you envision blockchain reshaping the landscape of marketing, particularly in terms of enhancing transparency and trust between brands and consumers. There's also a B part to this question. I would be glad if you could provide examples of blockchain implementations in marketing that have successfully improved security and authenticity of data. So I know it's quite wordy. I'm going to be
Yeah.
posting I'm going to be posting a question in the chat box and you
All
can
right.
just
Okay. I think that's a multifaceted question, and it's very relevant. Knowing that, like we said, these revolutionary technologies are basically changing the landscape of everything that we do, and it's not just affecting only marketing; it affects every facet of our lives. And but then bringing it down to say marketing and speaking about transparency and trust, which are like the hallmarks of blockchain itself. So for people that may not understand blockchain technology and think that is only applicable to cryptocurrency is just one use case of blockchain technology. There are several other use cases of blockchain technology. And I mean, one of them can also be marketing. So we can apply blockchain to marketing, as blockchain basically provides that whole transparency. It exposes everything for you to see, everything that is happening. You're able to see it as an individual, so long as you're a player within that space. So the idea of blockchain, if you look at maybe like from maybe the early 21st century, people have yearned for more transparency. People want more information. They want more genuine information. We've basically evolved as human beings, so we don't depend on just media, the traditional media, to give me news on anything that is happening. I'd rather go on Google and type this thing and whatever subject I'm trying to learn or whatever information I need, and I'm getting prompt information. I'd rather go to Twitter and use an hashtag to see what exactly is happening in a place. For example, there was an earthquake in Taiwan in the early hours of this morning or yesterday. All I need to do right now is just go to Google and type Taiwan earthquake, and I can see all the information. This is because I want first-hand information. I want to be in the front seat. I want more transparency. Unlike before that we wait for newspapers. When we were younger, we used to wait for our parents to buy newspapers on Saturday mornings. Then we read all the information, all the things that have happened from the beginning of the week. And it's whatever information they give to you that you take hook, line, and sinker. It's whatever information that is divulged that you accept. But this time around, people are willing. I mean, people want to see things themselves. People want to know how to make their own decisions from what they've already learned. And bringing it to marketing, it's basically opens up your organization to not necessarily scrutiny, but more transparency. And when you have more transparency, I mean, not in all cases, but most times, you see that trust is built. So if I know that this is what your particular brand is working on at this moment, then I can trust you to say, oh yeah, I mean, I'm aware of them and I can easily buy into the organization. I'm practically a shareholder because I have this type of information. And let's getting down to the nitty-gritty of it, of how blockchain can reshape or is currently reshaping. We have things like applications like supply chain tracking, or blockchain be part of the supply chain channel or right now, because I mean there are a lot of organizations are beginning to apply it, and I think I'll provide examples like real life examples, like you said. So right now you can track the entire journey of a particular product from the beginning to the end point where it is by just scanning a barcode. And the organizations that are already doing it, that are building that on the blockchain. So what the blockchain basically does is provide you every information about that particular product. That's the end product. So say, for example, I don't know what what this brand is that I'm wearing. Maybe it's a Nike brand or an Adidas t-shirt. I can basically scan the barcode on the t-shirt, and I can know where the cotton was sourced. That's the cotton that was used to make this shirt. I can know what companies processed it. I can know what country it was processed in, and I can know the time that it was brought to the store that I bought it. So what that basically provides me is that it gives me an idea of all the labor practices that have happened, how the company is environmentally sustainable, the entire process of it. I get verifiable information, and this sort of like builds the trust in my trust in that organization or in the particular product that I'm buying. And it also helps me to know that, oh, this is original. Like it's just separates original from counterfeit, sort of. And that's one application of blockchain. Another one would be organizations are beginning to use blockchain to create like loyalty programs. So you can have like loyalty points for purchasing a particular product from an organization or using their service. And it basically gives you that, it gives you that tamper-proof record of your loyalty if it's on the blockchain. And there are several organizations that are beginning to use this as a reward system. And people can see once you've purchased a particular product of theirs, if you go to your profile on that particular company's platform, you can see all your points right there on the blockchain. And there haven't been some cases where it is very transparent, so you know who is leading the board in terms of loyalty, who has bought most t-shirts, who has bought the most services of the organization or a particular product. And lastly, like I mentioned before, blockchain basically helps counterfeiting. So if you're able to, organizations are creating like unique certificates using blockchain technology, unique digital certificates that show that, oh, this particular product that you bought is an original, and it was produced this time, and it was delivered to this place, and it is certified to be original. And examples of this is like Procter & Gamble, that's P&G. P&G has already started. I've used that, a particular campaign that they ran, which is called, I think, Thank You Mom campaign, if I can recollect, for donations. So they basically opened up their donation hub via blockchain. So where people were donating into that particular campaign, everybody was seeing how the money was being channeled to charity and all the places that it was going to. And this sort of like gave P&G that trust, especially with that campaign. So people, shareholders and people that were interested, in investing in that organization felt like, oh yeah, this is great. And they can easily track where the money has gone to, what's happening to the money. And that particular thing, that type of transparency basically builds trust. There are several other organizations like Bears. I think they're easy to trace the diamond. So you know that there's always this controversy about how diamonds are produced, how child labor has been employed to, to fetch diamond and all those, to mine diamond basically, and all those things. So that company basically, provides all the information about the labor laws that were followed, how the diamonds were processed, and everything across the supply chain of the diamond till the point where you have bought it. So that's, that basically gives more trust in the system and for the organization. I believe that I've been able to like explain that very simply. Antonia, you were speaking. I can't hear you. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
fantastic. Thank you so much, Olubunmi. And how true it is, because like you said, it's going to lead to credibility of brands and platform, which will definitely lead to higher conversion rates and also sales for these organizations and individuals. Yeah, thank you so much for that insight. I'm going to be channeling my next question to the beautiful lady in our midst, that is Faith. Faith, as a specialist in Web3 and blockchain marketing, how do you foresee blockchain technology disrupting traditional advertising models? Can you elaborate on how decentralized platforms are empowering users to control their data and participate more actively in advertising ecosystems? And this, in the same light, I'm going to post in the questions on the chat box, so you can just reference the chat box. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for that lengthy question. And I believe that I'm going to do justice to it by remembering all of it. Yeah, so before we actually, go into the topic more, I think I would want to really share a little note on blockchain or an insight. I know it has been a discussion of the past. You may have had one or two persons that came to talk about blockchain, but sometimes it is very, very important that you do have different people from different, environment or cultural background, to share what how they understand the blockchain technology, right? Because this will actually give people more understanding and in-depth, or maybe a kind of validation, to say, okay, I've heard about this before and I'm hearing something similar to that. So I think this is really good, and they need to really make decisions on how they want to leverage the technology. So blockchain, you may think of it as a digital ledger, like a super secure database, that records across all network. Say, for example, we are here now and we are having this meeting, and supposing we are all integrated on the blockchain. So that means that our interaction today, are all recorded on the blockchain, right? And it is decentralized. It means that everybody can have access to what we are discussing today, because it cannot be deleted, right? Because even all the platforms that we are actually, using to have this conversation today, the likes of YouTube or Zoom, and, wherever, they may decide to delete this conversation. They may decide to take down the links because it is actually registered on a centralized server, right? It is not decentralized. So if it were to be on a blockchain, it means that it has no single entity of control. Nobody can delete whatever information that we have actually dished out here today. And it is transparent, meaning everyone can see what we have discussed today, and everyone can see whatever thing that is recorded on the decentralized ledger, right? So, and I believe that this is pretty cool. So again, as a Web3 specialist, looking at it from Web3 angle, it is very, very, important to understand that the next iteration of the internet is characterized by decentralization. And that brings about us, having interoperability, of exchanging ideas, without any middleman. And it gives users that sovereignty, to be able to control what they want to do on the network. So this actually encompasses various emerging technologies like blockchain, decentralized finance, which is DeFi, non-fungible tokens, NFT, and decentralized autonomous organizations, which it's called DAO. So these technologies actually enables new paradigm of interaction and value exchange, like I said earlier, and in a way, it's actually reshaping how we engage with, contents, brands, and each other in the digital realm that we are actually operating these days. So imagine this, that advertising, often faces issues like ad fraud, and lack of transparency. Again, data privacies are actually a thing of concern as we dish out information on the internet. So when it comes to blockchain and Web3, it actually offers a bit of fresh air, So you are actually kind of relaxed, knowing that whatever information that you give out there, whatever transaction that you do, it's not going to be deleted by anybody, or it cannot be falsified, but in a way, it's going to translate to you not trying to be a bad actor in the space by dishing out falsified information, because you know that these things are actually going to be recorded on the blockchain and it will not be deleted. So it will make you to be, upright in whatever thing you're doing. So with blockchain, when it comes to art transaction, it is actually transparent and immutable, meaning there is no shady business. And with Web3, users can actually have more control of their data and interactions. Putting them, it's just like you having maybe carrying someone in a car. So it's just like, putting those people or whatever thing you're doing in your driver's seat. Yeah, so it gives you, full control. So and I want to also say that, do you know that digital art fraud costs industries an estimated amount of, I think, 23 billion annually, from, according to the data available there on Statista. So blockchain actually has that potential to combat art fraud and increase transparency. For instance, blockchain decentralized data, like I said earlier, can actually, like from what our last speaker said, I think he mentioned this, you can actually verify, data or track movement of goods from one place to another in supply chain, like you're integrating blockchain, in supply chain. So that way you can actually verify advertisement delivery and ensure that advertisers get what they pay for. Because sometimes you advertise, you go there paying millions of naira, and sometimes it doesn't come back. And this is because a lot of people are actually leveraging malicious tools like bots, to have give you this kind of false impression as though you are actually marketing or advertising to human beings, but not knowing that you are actually advertising or marketing to bots. So, and by so doing, when you pay millions of naira to those people, you find out that that money does not convert anything. You may not even see one person, clicking on your website. Let's talk about buying your product. So, and there is another study again that is available on Juniper Research, that blockchain is expected to save digital advertising industry. A lot of money, up to about 19 billion. And this was just in 2023. So you can imagine how you can imagine the negative effects that ad fraud is actually causing the advertisement industry, right? So with blockchain, this can actually, this industry can be saved. Yeah, so I'm hearing, can I continue? Because I'm not done yet.
Yeah, you can actually still have just like 60 seconds so that we can go into the next question.
So for example, there's a platform called AdS. It's a decentralized and exchange platform that is built on blockchain, and these people have actually reduced this technology to reduce fraud by 99%, according to the data available. Another one, again, another reward example is Brave browser. I'm sure our listeners may have heard about it. For me, I see it as a shining light in the Web3 space, using blockchain to reward users for viewing ads, and for people opting in, users can actually earn cryptocurrencies for, their attention, or creating engagement content on their platform. And for me, this actually creates a win-win situation for advertisers and consumers alike. But it doesn't really stop there. Platforms like Audios, Rarible, and are leveraging NFTs and DeFi's to empower content creators, the music and art industry, and in different ways, right? And again, before I stop, I want to say that, do you also know that that 87% of consumers say that they would prefer more control over their personal data? And in essence, blockchain and Web3 are not just disrupting traditional advertising models, but they are reinventing them by bringing transparency, trust, and there is more. So adopting blockchain technology and Web3 would actually extend beyond advertising into content creation and distribution. So again, I don't know if our last speaker mentioned it about, I don't know if that network, if I'm allowed to mention it here, like a Twitter network, for instance, is a decentralized video delivering platform, using blockchain to reward users for sharing their bandwidth and content with over 9 million users, and it's still growing, right? So there's a whole lot of things blockchain is actually doing, and they are not just disrupting traditional advertising models, but they are revolutionizing the entire marketing and media ecosystem. One, by fostering transparency. Two, trust. Three, and innovation. So these technologies are paving the ways for more equitable and decentralized digital future, and I will actually encourage enterprises, businesses to even as an individual to explore these technologies and take advantages of them and reap from their low-hanging fruit. So this I would say.
All right, thank you so much, Faith. You have spoken so much, and I actually pick all of those things you're trying to say. It's so super impressive that you actually do justice to this discussion around Web3 and blockchain and the marketing and media industry. And so I just want to go into the next question, because I know some of the audience, they might actually drop some questions in the chat box as time goes on, and we have some questions to still answer. So I'll just go to the next question. And this question is directed to Olubunmi. So you just take the short question. So I'll be asking, and the question is, as a cloud consultant with experience in emerging technologies, how do you see AI and machine learning revolutionizing personalized marketing strategies? So I just want to take that part of that question. And just as to take that question, I want to share insights on how this technology can be leveraged to analyze consumer behaviors. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Oluwatosin. Coming to artificial intelligence and machine learning, is not just, they are not buzzwords, because everybody's talking about AI now, machine learning, and all these things. Same way we're talking about blockchain, I think from 2020 to 2021. And so guys, if you have a business, these are not buzzwords. If you're an individual that maybe a content creator, or you're trying to set up a business, AI is not a buzzword. Machine learning is not a buzzword. You can actually tap into it and utilize it to grow your business, especially for, I would say, maybe SMEs. And it doesn't matter what part of the world that you're in. If you're in Nigeria, if you're in Lagos, and you have a business, please, you can check out how to utilize the power of artificial intelligence to reach your users and to personalize experiences, the experiences like Oluwatosin has asked, and to bring it to practicality. I basically sell Google Cloud for a living, and we speak about Vertex AI. We sell Vertex AI to organizations, and also the ability, the solution that machine learning brings. And then one of the most important things, and I'll bring you with examples, like practical examples, is predictive analytics, which is what artificial intelligence can provide you. And I'll speak generally about both generative artificial intelligence and also artificial intelligence generally, as it links to machine learning. To make it more practical, just imagine you have an e-commerce store, and AI can basically help you to recommend particular products to maybe like your users or customers that have come to purchase things from you before. And just see it like the same way Netflix gives you that. I mean, I'm sure that a lot of us use streaming platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime. So you find out that when you finish watching a movie, you have that recommendation to say, oh, you might also enjoy this particular movie because of the fact that you've watched this movie or this show or this series. So an AI tool can also assist you to be able to predict tell your users or your customers and say, oh, based on the fact that you've bought this particular thing from me, other people have already bought other people have bought something similar to this, and this is what they bought. And also you can also tap into their browsing behavior. So if this person has always been checking out how to get a hoodie or checking out hoodies and all of that, if you sell sweaters, you can easily say, oh, you can also buy this particular one because they are similar quality and they also provide you with similar service if that's what you want. And basically what the artificial intelligence does is to analyze all the data of this person, and then it can now predict what the person might want even before they know it. So it can preempt them or it can just assist them. So for example, if you're buying maybe you are buying a shoe for your office, it can just say, oh, definitely you need like this type of socks to be able to go for the shoe, or this type of suit to be able to go with that particular shoe, or this shirt on that suit, or an entire wardrobe for you, you know. So that's like the power of what artificial intelligence can do, and it personalizes this particular experience of the customer. It doesn't just bring it from God knows where. It's based on maybe your past purchases as an individual or your browsing history or your browsing behavior that is able to do this. And AI can also assist in terms of marketing. It can help in micro targeting. So you can easily leverage for your business. You can leverage AI to be able to create like targeted campaigns or targeted adverts for a particular demographic. If you use Facebook or Instagram, for example, that's Meta, you find out that if you're going to like do a specific ad, it asks you different questions. So who are the people that you're trying to sell to? What's the demography? What age? What location? And things like that. So that's like, it puts laser focus on the demographics. So you are targeting specific set of people. So at the end of the day, if you are looking at your analytics, definitely you can see the audience that has bought this thing more, and you can evolve your marketing afterwards. It basically provides you with that database view or that large view of everything. So you know that you're reaching the right audience. And the moment you see that, oh, this is not working, you can easily pivot into something else, maybe change your messaging or change the type of product that you're selling to these people. So once again, this thing is not a buzzword. You can utilize it. It's available. All you need to do is probably just Google and say, I want to utilize artificial intelligence for my business. Or you can go ahead. There are several organizations that provide this particular service. And what AI can also do for you is like can personalize if you have a website, it can personalize your website content in real time based on whoever it is that has signed up on your website or for your service. It can personalize the website content to them. Just imagine a website that can automatically, adjust product recommendations or display special offers relevant to every specific visitor. This is the power of what artificial intelligence, can do. And there are several other applications when it comes to marketing and how it has been able to evolve it. And, it's been able to personalize people's experiences when it comes to marketing. So for the last time, guys, please, if you are running a business, these services are not expensive. Some of them they have free. It's basically free sometimes. You have trial versions, so you can just try it. Leverage on artificial intelligence. Leverage on generative AI too. So if you don't have an idea of how to sell to a particular demographic, all you need to do is just put a prompt. You can use Gemini AI, there's ChatGPT. There are several of them. Just impute this thing. You don't have to go and look for any consultant that is going to start telling you this, marketing consultant start telling you this or that. You can just go on this place, type it, and just shoot for the sky. And you can develop it based on the kind of responses you get. You can develop and evolve. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Olubunmi. It's so nice. And one thing I love about this session is the fact that you keep emphasizing, saying this is not buzzword. You can do this, you can do that. So beyond the fact that we are speaking around this evolving technology today, this session is also a place for conversation and to actually create insight for people to know that all of these things we are discussing, it's something that they can actually do and they can actually utilize in their respective fields. So I'll just go back to Faith, and the question now is just a very, very short one and a very simple one. So Faith, considering your expertise in immersive experiences like AR and VR, how do you think these technologies are reshaping storytelling and audience engagement in the media industry? So relating it with your own experience around AR and VR, how do you think the technologies are reshaping storytelling and audience engagement in the media industry? Thank you so much. So you might actually share some example of how you have actually made use of this thing. Thank you.
All right, so thank you very much for that question. It's actually when you speak about AR and VR, I mean in the context of maybe Web3, yeah. So this is actually metaverse. You're talking about metaverse, yeah. So for me, I think AR actually overlays digital elements onto real world, by creating interactive experiences and I mean between people. And VRO, I would say, is an immerses users in a completely simulated environment, for engagement. Like, when you go to most of these entertainment houses and you're wearing those machines, you get to simulate, in a environment, but you are actually here, like you're in a different world, but you are actually, having, I don't want to say it's an unusual experience, because sometimes if you've been able to wear one of those, tools, you would find out that probably maybe you engage yourself in a combat fight. You think that someone is winning you or you're winning the person, or yeah, I mean it's a funny experience though, but somehow it's very, very I mean powerful, to have. So augmented reality, which is AR, and virtual reality, which is VR, just for our listeners to know what that means, is actually revolutionizing storytelling and audience engagement. So this is actually a digital element to the real world, like I said earlier, creating interactive experiences. So imagine trying on a clothes virtually or exploring a new travel destination from a living room, just like we're here now. No, and the VR machine transports you as a person into a completely simulated environment, making you to have an engagement with that environment. So, brands can actually leverage VR to create immersive products, demo, or interactive games, leaving a lasting impression in consumers. Well, I'll give one success story. I think if I can remember vividly, Akai, or Ike, is spelled A-K-E, A-K-E, sorry,
IKEA.
I-K-E, yeah, IKEA or IKEA place or something, yeah. So this AR app actually allows users to virtually place their furniture in their homes to see how it would look before buying. We have come to a point whereby some people buy things by impulse. You may go to somewhere and you don't really have plans by buying something, and just because you have the money and you have the opportunity, you don't even know if you buy those things, how it's going to fit in a particular place that you want to deposit them. So it is important that you have such a tool or such a technology that would let you fit in, into these products, before you can be able to pay it. So by so doing, it actually saves you from spending recklessly, buying stuff that at the end of the day you regret of, getting them. So that's actually one a real life example I would really want to share with us. For me, I am not much of a VRO and ARO person, but this is just one of the real life stories I know I can share with us. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for doing justice to that question. We are even so close to 5 p.m. and we don't like extending the session so as to manage time. So I just have this general question for Olubumi and Faith, and that's just where we are going to actually close the curtain for this session today. And the question is, what's your prediction for the impact of technology in the media and marketing space, let's say in the next 10 years? What are you seeing? What do you foresee? So that this can actually give us a time for people in this industry to actually have something they can think, something that can actually sprout out discussion and actually help them look forward to what the future holds and to prepare their mind. Thank you. So Bumi,
I think
can
Faith should go
actually
first.
go.
Ladies
Okay.
first.
Okay, ladies.
All right.
Thank you for the floor again. So my prediction for, all the technologies we have discussed about here, about AR, VR, and AI, and data, right? And I think for me, I see a lot of people, or I see the world, actually leveraging these technologies to optimize their traditional doing businesses, right? So I, haven't explored how blockchain and decentralized platforms, even data, I was going to, mention how is reshaping the landscape of marketing and media. For me, it is important that as consumers, to keep embracing technological advancement. As consumer, our expectations, continues to evolve. So it is crucial for businesses to adapt to their strategies and leverage these innovations to stay competitive. For example, here in Africa, and I would say in Nigeria, speaking about data and protection and how people, can access quality data, we often hear that, oh, we don't need data, we cannot, what will data do to us and all of that, and thereby not even focusing in building solutions that will really help us to gather quality data. And that brings me to saying that with the advent of technology being blockchain, of data science, AI, for me personally, I have been able to, build a solution called Sonergy Data Technologies, where people can actually gather quality data. And that's by bringing researchers and individuals. You go there, you commission your research or surveys in a decentralized manner. You have a network, a distributed network of people across the globe that will provide you this data. At the end of the day, we have second layers of people that will validate this data. And in the end, you will earn money. You earn cryptocurrency, and you can convert this cryptocurrency into Naira. So thereby giving everybody financial inclusion, via your comfortable environment, from your bedroom, you can be working. A lot of people are out there are no jobs, but with the platform that we have built, you can be able to access quality data. And this is no time where you want to, let's say you are an academia, or you are a student, or you're writing project, you're writing thesis, and you have your research is based on places like Zamfara, and as a result of insecurities, you may not be able to go to those areas.
Oh,
You
great.
don't need all of that. You can actually access data via the platform, which is Sonergy Data Technology. So for me, I therefore urge everyone to explore these technologies and get them integrated into your marketing strategies, into your business organizations. Create more meaningful and impactful experiences for yourself. So
All right.
that's stop today. Thank you for joining me on this journey.
All right, thank you
On
so
the-
much, Faith. So I just want Bumi answer the question, or Bumi answer a question, then we can actually close the curtain. But I must confess that we have actually done well today, and I'm so impressed by all of this insight. Bumi,
Thank you, Oluwatosin. I think I should have just spoken first because Faith has stolen all the points. But then, in addition to the things that she has said, in terms of predictions for, let me even say 5 years, I feel like, and I've spoken about artificial intelligence personalizing content. I think that in the next 5 years, AI will not just personalize content, it will start creating it. So if you want to run an advert on on social media or the traditional media, maybe TV, AI would actually be creating the type of music that you play. It would actually create the scripts that you'll be used during the campaigns. And, it just gives you, as a marketer or as a marketing agency, more time to be able to focus on strategy. Whereas once it's time to create all those contents and all those things for personalization, AI will do everything for you. The other thing that I think is going to happen is that there's going to be a rise in the virtual world. So, for example, I want to buy furniture in IKEA, like Faith had mentioned, or let's just say a typical Nigerian furniture store, they are launching new products. I don't have to go to the store anymore. All I need to do is just have my VR glasses, and I can experience it full time. That's sort of like the rise of the metaverse. So you start having immersive marketing experiences, and it will be quite cheap. It's going to be so cheap that people can afford to do it. I mean, Facebook has partnered with Ray-Ban, so you can have Ray-Ban glasses and actually experience augmented reality all from the glasses. So I think that it's going to help marketing a lot. It's going to enhance marketing. And what I'm saying is not, it's not unforeseen. Countries, developed countries are already getting this done. So bringing it down to us is just to make the service cheaper and more accessible. And I think that maybe let's just say a decade, these things are going to become reality. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for having me here. And I'm glad that it was a great conversation. And yeah, bye everyone.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Olubumi, and thank you, Faith, for today's for sharing with us from your wealth of experience. It's been really insightful learning from all of you. Thank you so much, and thank you to my amazing co-host, Mr. Oluwatosin, who has been on call with me today. It's been an amazing journey. I'm tempted to go over like just a brief brush over what we've discussed, but time is already fast spent. I would want to respect our viewers' time. So thank you so much once more. For those watching, you can expect to get some of the nuggets that our panelists have shared. You will just follow us on our social media. You'd see the link on the chat box on our various platforms that this is being streamed. So you can just follow us on our various handles, and then you'll be getting some of these nuggets that has been shared today by our panelists. It's been such an amazing journey. Thank you once more, Mr. Olubumi and Faith, for this awesome journey. Thank you. And we wish you all the best, and we're looking forward to celebrating more of your wins. Do have an amazing day. Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Yeah, bye everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.